This is the first video that I've ever made back here at my old place. Up here in the holler back home. This is the house I was raised in. I'll have a video uploaded sometime later of showing you around up here and a little bit of how life was up in the holler. But hearing the big news, you know, I don't like talking about current events very much on this channel. But it seems like here recently, the big news is Elon Musk and his $44 billion purchase of Twitter. And in these dissident right spheres, it seems like a lot of the people that are the quote-unquote leaders, you could say, and that are more popular than I ever will be, they're heralding this as some sort of great victory. That Elon Musk is making Twitter a platform for free speech once again. Myself, I'm not sold on this. There's some other people who aren't sold on it either. Honestly, I don't see it as a victory at all, really. And honestly, I could care less, you know. In fact, I can't help but feel that it's quite possible, perhaps even likely, I can't help but smell a gay-op. Well, there has been some developments, I guess you could say, since I left home yesterday and filmed that first part. I learned that a lot of what you could say our guys, their accounts on Twitter have been suspended. I'm not surprised by this in the least. You know, I can't help but feeling this whole buzz around Elon Musk purchasing Twitter is a good bit of false hope. You know, for the first part of this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the man himself, Elon. I do not trust him, not in the least. He isn't one of us. I mean, he's from South Africa, and, you know, a lot of people fall under this delusion, I think, that he is, you know, somehow sort of based or whatever, just because several years ago he put out a tweet where he posed the question, who do you think owns the media? Hello? A lot of people think he might be our guy, I think, because of that. Honestly, he is an elite. I mean, he owns Tesla. He's received all these government subsidies over the years for, you know, the promotion of green energy, green technology. And interestingly enough, I had my friend Alan send this to me. I appreciated Alan. Elon Musk in the year 2008 was named one of the young global leaders by the World Economic Forum. So what is the YGL, the Young Global Leaders? Well, it's this elite private social network. It consists of people like Gavin Newsom, the governor of the governor of California. It includes people like Bobby Jindal, who is this Indian former governor of the state of Louisiana, back when I lived down there years ago. It's also got people like Anderson Cooper, Leonardo DiCaprio, Cameron Sinclair, you know, a lot of elites, Sergey Brin. You know, it's just this elite social network. And of course, in 2008, Elon Musk was named to this, what would I say it, prestigious elite group. You know, given the current trajectory of our people, I see it that we will continue to become a minority. You know, our demographic displacement will continue. What I hope to see, though, is the quality of our people to increase, you know. We're going to lose quantity, but I hope to see we increase in quality. But, and you know, there's still going to be, you know, groomers out there, you know, the media, everything, you know, trying to turn your children gay or into transsexuals. It's not going to change. I just hope our people become resistant to, the propaganda. But what I see as the wild card in all of this, what I see as the unpredictable factor, is what role will technology and transhumanism have in our future? And I have a negative outlook on this, of course. Interestingly, I heard my friend Hootenholler mention in one of our groups, he was saying that he thinks that one of the goals, I guess you could say, of Elon Musk purchasing Twitter and reinstating all of these conservative accounts and whatnot is to get conservatives on fucking board with Tesla. Go buy you an electric car. They're going Agenda 2030. They're promoting, green energy, electric cars. And don't you think for one second, now I don't know if there's been any technological advances made, but from what I have heard, the electric car, it has nowhere near the range of, a normal internal combustion engine vehicle. Nowhere near the range. And don't you think for one second that if you offend the benevolent overlords in the future when they've enacted these plans, don't think for one second that these powers won't have a way, they won't have a kill switch on your little Tesla. So I see it that, Elon is certainly not one of our guys. I believe he has been given a role to play in their plans for us. And again, like I said earlier, I don't really understand what all the buzz was. This being heralded as some sort of victory. But I guess it's because, the future of white nationalism, at least from the contemporary sense, it can be very, we are witnessing, the decline firsthand. Things are changing at a rapid rate. And like I said earlier, I hope that our people can learn to survive what's coming. That's the main focus of my channel here, basically. I guess you could say is survival and inspiration. Basically on an individual level. I'm not, I think collectivism and individualism is a little bit of a false dichotomy. But on a collective level, there's not a lot of good news, I guess you could say, for our side currently. And that's why I view Elon's purchase of Twitter with a lot of skepticism. I heard some of our guys saying, we should flood Twitter. Well, they've been suspended, which I guess it will take several months. It will take several months for Elon's sweeping changes to take effect, I guess you could say. But even then, I'm not going back to Twitter. That is where I got my start, I guess you could say. A few months before I started this channel, I made a Twitter account and then started this channel. I've been banned from Twitter twice. The last time was, it's been over a year ago, 13 or 14 months ago. I thought about it for a second about going back because there are some people from Europe that I can talk to on there. Got to know quite well, I guess you could say. But I quickly changed my mind. I've heard a lot of talk about how Musk plans to end internet anonymity, where he's going to have every user of Twitter be verified somehow, verified that they're human. He's going to eliminate bots and everything, which I guess that's a good thing. But as far as internet anonymity, God, I can't say that. I would never advocate for any of you guys doxing yourselves. I know I show my face, and I know there are some of you who know my real name. I've explained before why this is the case. I'm not going to do it again right here. But a lot of you out there, you have families. You have children that depend on you. You may have a good and well-paying job. Do not fucking dox yourself. That's another thing I've heard a lot of these fucking talking heads say before, is that we should dox ourselves, and to take away the one threat that they have against us. the most used thread, I guess you could say. I think this is fucking horse shit, first of all. You have to weigh the risk out for yourself, so I've seen some guy saying it was liberating or whatever. I'm a truck driver. No one really gives a fuck what I say. But I don't advocate for this. People shouldn't do it, protect your privacy. It's one thing that I greatly disagree with that some of the talking heads say. And in the future, if you want to get on Twitter, you may have to do this. This is all conjecture. I'm not sure what specific requirements and stipulations might be in place. And I'm not going to find out because I'm not going back to Twitter. The reason that I ain't going back to that shithole is because I'm not going to waste my time with it. I need less social media, not more. I need less. I've got this channel here on this platform for now. I'm on Odyssey, I'm on Gab, I'm on Telegram. And that's enough. That's more than enough. Because victory, it don't fucking lie right here. Victory lies out there. The world is out there. It ain't here. Why waste your time just shit posting on Twitter? You know what? We've been doing that, I guess you could say, since 2016. And going back to what I said about how this is heralded as some victory, on a collective, large scale, the victories are few and far between, you could say. And I think I was right in saying, that this was false hope. But what I look at is the victories that you don't see. Whenever a young white couple has their first child or has another child, that's a victory. Whenever you decide, no matter where it is you live, when you decide to go plant something, maybe to build a raised bed, maybe, if you have enough money, purchase you some land in a rural area, perhaps getting yourself some livestock. That is what I call a victory. And you don't hear a lot of people on our side talking about this. That's a true victory. Whenever a white young man or young woman decides to make the change, to get off drugs, to end the vicious cycle that they are caught up in, that's a fucking victory. You won't find a lot of victories large scale online. But if you look around, they're everywhere. The potential for them is everywhere. Yeah, I thought about joining Twitter for a second. I could probably grow my channel using their platform, this channel here on YouTube. I decided against it because I don't really fucking care. I don't do this for any fucking popularity. I don't do it for clout. I just wanted to make a small difference in maybe just a handful of people's lives. I am perfectly content with the size that this channel is right now. I like to be able to reply to everyone in the comments. If your channel gets too big, that becomes nearly impossible. Nor will I ever do this for any sort of fucking money. Never. I will never take any fucking donations from any of you guys because I don't need it. I will find my own way. I work, drive a truck. Honestly, and this is something that a guy I know actually did almost 2 years ago, when the BLM riots were going on. He had some BLM t-shirts printed up, sold them to white liberals. And I think that is extremely intelligent. Extremely. I think our side needs to learn how to take money from our enemies instead of relying on ourselves, on donations from ourselves. I'm not opposed to that. And that's one thing why I'm kind of wary of buying any sort of political paraphernalia from anyone, because you never know, that could be used on us. I will never do this for any fucking money. I just hope to maybe help to be able to inspire a few people to think differently, to question things, you know. And you know, I've evolved over this time. You know, some of my opinions have slightly changed on things. When I first got into this, I thought disengagement from the system was the way to go. Then as I got more into it, I thought possibly maybe groups or things of that nature. You know, perhaps we could wrestle political control from the system. But over the last 9-10 months, I came to see it. I believe my original position was correct. You know, I want you so radicalized that you just wish to free yourself from this oppressive system to the best of your abilities. It's hard. None of us can be truly free just yet. But if we work on it, if you strive, I believe it can be achieved. You know, really, there's just two courses of action that I think our guys, we're really at a crossroads, I guess you could say. On this one side, you know, we have men of direct action like Robert J. Matthews, the Order. And you know, I don't see many people signing up to go that route right now. But the other route could be called, I've heard some people, some detractors call it white flight. I don't think it's white flight in the least. To wish to be able to go back to your natural habitat, to live rurally. Some people call that white flight. My response to them is, you're a retard. And you know, I have little faith in political parties, political movements. I've often said there's no political solution. I think that there is a political solution, but given the current power structure we're up against, I don't see us getting anywhere near to achieving that political solution unless things deteriorate significantly. That Austrian artist, they won't tell you in school about how things were during the Weimar years. They'll leave out a lot of big details. That man wouldn't have came around with his ideas unless, you know, things were really bad. And they were in Germany during those years. Anyways, if you want to go on Twitter, post racial statistics, racial crime statistics, stuff about the you-know-who-ish tribe, feel free. I ain't telling you what to do. I can't tell you what to do. But from my personal level, I'm not going back to Twitter. I've got enough social media. I don't need more. I need less. Thank y'all for watching. Bye-bye.